Well, good evening. Welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenton Casimir. We begin tonight with netball. The Jean-Pierre Caribbean Under-16 Netball Championships netted off amidst pomp and glamour on Saturday, 7th April 2018. Addressing the gathering was President of the Caribbean Netball Association, Rufina Paul.
But let me just say, it is really heartening that hard work pays off. We didn't have money, but we had commitment, we had passion, and in all of that, all of us did what we had to do. So we should not be daunted by not having money if we have the passion, the commitment, and most importantly, the proper communication and collaboration. The sky is the limit.
Well, the opening ceremony was held at the VG Sports Complex. President of Netball St. Lucia, Leota Sharma Mason, also addressed the gathering.
It is indeed my pleasure to witness this afternoon the official opening of the Jean-Pierre Caribbean Youth Tournament, and to wish you welcome on behalf of the government and people of St. Lucia. Let me first apologize for the absence of the Minister for Youth Development and Sports, who cannot be here with us today, but has sent his warmest wishes for a successful tournament.
Well, 7 countries are currently in competition with the hopes of being regional champions. Mr. Donovan Williams, Permanent Secretary in the Department of Youth Development and Sport, implored participants to do their best.
Last night at the candlelighting ceremony, several speakers made a point of referencing the fact that netball as a sport is the leading sport for females in this region. We should be proud of that, yes. But I think too, it should serve as a reminder, perhaps serve as a means by which we don't get complacent, because that's not the case in other parts of the world.
Well, the participating teams include Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica, Jamaica, and St. Lucia. Legendary sports commentator Joseph Reds Pereira spoke on the legacy of Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre, an icon in Caribbean sport. I want all the players in particular to put their hands together and applaud the name of Jean-Pierre. My education in netball began in 1979 at the Jean-Pierre Complex. It was not by any mistake that that lovely complex, which still stands, was named after the Trinidad, Tobago, and Caribbean icon. She was like Michael Jordan of that time, like Pele of that time. She was a goal scorer.
Well, and day one, the St. Lucia made light work of Dominica, convincingly defeating them 37-8. They led at every quarter. Now leading the way for St. Lucia was Daisha Eugene with 17 from 21 attempts. Megan Nestor, 20 from 33 attempts. Now on day 2, St. Lucia and Barbados played to an exciting 27-27 draw. DBS Sports spoke to the coach of the Barbados team.
It was a breathtaking, exciting game. I thought initially we started slow, the pace of the St. Lucians, and then I made some adjustments to the team, and we eventually picked up. But I'm very proud with the effort from the girls. For the most part, I think we stuck to the game plan. Early up in the game, we weren't as disciplined as we should have been, but all in all, I thought it was a good all-round team game for Barbados. Kudos to St. Lucia. They really brought the fight. They really wanted to win, but I told my girls at the start of the game, the team that wants it most, the team that is the disciplined team, will be the one that comes out, and I must say that they showed me a lot of heart today.
Well, in this match, St. Lucia led in every quarter, 9-4, 14-12, 2018, and somewhat collapsed in the last quarter. We spoke to St. Lucia's national team coach, Sam Maxwell.
Tonight's game was a nail-biting game to the end of the game. Barbados team has always been a tough team for us, has always been every time we play with them. But tonight, I guess, at the ending of it all, we could have been victorious at the end. But I think the girls and not really focus and really paying attention to what's happening on the court at the time.
All right, so 1 win, a draw. What do you think about the tournament so far for St. Lucia?
Well, so I really wanted a win deep down inside, but then since it's a draw, we'll appreciate the draw and take it. But so far it has been going good for us.
All right, so you'll have a run of Barbados tonight. Tomorrow, you guys have Trinidad and Tobago. Then the following day, you guys have Jamaica.
Yes, and we have 3 tough games back to back. We had Barbados tonight, Trinidad tomorrow morning, and Jamaica in the night. So they're going to kill our girls. But then I think the girls will do good. They're young, they have a lot of energy, and I think they will do good.
Well, Megan Nestor led the way for St. Lucia with 20 from 32 attempts, with Desha Eugene netting 7 from 15 attempts. Meanwhile, after playing in a thrilling draw on Sunday night, Team St. Lucia totally dominated Brazilians against Trinidad on Monday morning. St. Lucia led at every juncture to win the encounter 32-19. Team St. Lucia is currently in battle against Jamaica. That match got underway at 7:30 p.m. Well, in swimming, after 4 days of intense competition at the 33rd Carifta Swim Championships from March 31st to April 4th, held at the National Aquatic Center in Kingston, Jamaica, the St. Lucia Amateur Swimming Association swim team remained consistent with the past years in returning home with medals. Now, with 7 in 2015, 2 in 2016, 4 in 2017, and this year, 2018, returning with 5 medals, the team continued to make St. Lucia proud. Ultimately, swimming rising stars emerged with 11 to 12-year-old Naima Hazel leading the medal charge with 2 silver medals in the 50-meter breast and the 50 free, and bronze medal in the 50 back. DeAndre Blanchard followed, taking the podium for silver in the 50-meter breast and bronze in the 50-meter fly. The 15 to 17-year-old boys were challenged in their first year, competing in the age group, with the majority of their competitors swimming in their second and third years. Well, the St. Lucia Swimming Association commended all its Carifta swimmers on their accomplishments and effort at the 2018 Swim Championships. The association acknowledges that despite the swimmers being out of a competitive pool for training for approximately a month, the team rose to the challenge. Next on the agenda for St. Lucia Swimming will be the primary and secondary schools swim meet and CC-CAN. The first ever DJ Dunga Stag Quarter football competition got underway on Saturday night. We spoke with the Vice President of the Mico Youth and Sports Council, who was part of the organizing team for this event.
It's a great initiative. It was basically started as a result of we were playing court football every Saturday night, and we realized that it had the potential to go into something bigger. All we needed was to get a sponsor on board, and luckily we had DJ Dunga and his team to come on board with us.
All right, so in terms of organizing everything, how has it been for you guys?
It's been pretty simple because, like I said, the foundation was already there from the court football on a Saturday night, and all it took from the MYSC was to get a real sponsor and just gel together the logistics. It's a great initiative because, I mean, apart from doing something nefarious or something malicious on a Saturday night, they could come here and engage in something meaningful. I mean, court football, in terms of football, it really helps in developing the fundamentals that you could apply onto the big field. So I think it's really meaningful.
Well, scores of persons from Mico and surrounding communities descended on the multipurpose court to take in some football action. We spoke to brand manager of Stag, Benjamin Serie, who spoke to why they found it prudent to sponsor this activity.
Stag has always been part of the football scene, right? Sponsored sports throughout the Caribbean, especially in football, like I said, and I think it's something that's needed throughout the community, throughout the island. So Donga and myself, we sat down, we put this plan together, and you're going to see a series of those events happening throughout the island. So I just think it's something that's needed around the island.
Yeah, and the president of the Youth and Sports Council just commented on the fact that, you know, persons are off the street. How does that make you feel as a sponsor?
That makes me feel great because the amount of violence that I see out there, I think that's a good initiative to bring the young people together, you know, to give them something to do. You know, idle hands, devil's workshop.
Well, the first round of competition will be based on a round-robin format. The top 4 teams will then progress to the semi-final round. We spoke to the main organizers of this event, Dunga McDonald.
We just trying, you know, keep the guys, active in the community. So we decided, you know, from the Mackerson Cup, we decided to just try, Stag football court to see how it goes, just to keep people, in the community, kind of active.
All right, how's it going so far?
But tonight is our first night, and I'm really happy. I'm really impressed with the start so far.
Well, 8 teams are registered to participate in the inaugural event. Action will continue on the Mico multipurpose court every Saturday night for the next 4 weeks. Of course, we have picks from this event during our sport talk show. You don't want to miss it. Well, Well, we take a break, but when we get back, the future of basketball in St. Lucia is bright. We'll tell you why when we get back. Welcome back. Founder of Youth Club Basketball for the Future, run by Ron Dumoville, is definitely working hard to ensure that the sport of basketball continues to develop in St. Lucia. The coach held yet another competition last weekend at the Kenneth Pringler Court. Of course, DBS Sports met up with the ambitious young man.
This is our second time. Our first tournament was held Independence Day. It was basically designed to assess the development of our players throughout the years and throughout the weeks and months coming here. And as much as they come here and just play basketball every day, we want to know where the development stage is at. So now, through that process, we already channeling 7 Windward Islands national players, and that basically is helping us again to develop the sport. And for this initiative, it's something that I'm trying to hold every month in, to keep basketball alive and keep it going.
Well, Dumoville is also a current player and a coach attached with the Department of Youth Development and Sport. He spoke to what his overall goal is for the sport in St. Lucia.
Our overall goal is to keep the sport alive, 1. 2, to have a future within the sport of basketball, in the sense of having kids living the island and representing the country in broader markets, in broader countries, where we can know that St. Lucia have enough talent to participate in the NBAs and the Euro Leagues and the Caribbean Championships, whatever basketball they have around the world. I know we have the talent right here to compete overseas.
Well, DBS Sports also met up with some of the young participants in this competition. They spoke to the nature of the competition and how it has helped them out.
My name is Garrett George. My team are the Slashers. It's been really good. We haven't lost a game yet. These guys, they work really hard. We come here, they have this once a month. We play and display our skills.
So how has this tournament helped you in terms of developing as a basketballer?
It helps really much, a lot. We get competition against older guys our age, all from all over the country. It's really good.
Well, my name is Sheikh Boku Malfos. My team here at this tournament was Kabwits, and I still attend SMC. Well, this tournament, it actually first started a while back, I think, last vacation. It's basically for more experience, and I think it helps me as a player because, you know, in St. Lucia you don't get to play many games besides the school tournament, and now you get to play with older people our age, and I think it's a nice time to show out and showcase your skills.
All right, so in terms of Coach Ron, how has he helped in terms of your development as a basketballer?
Tremendously. When I first started, I started with one of his camps, and, you know, from there he's helped me along the way to become the player I am now.
Mr. Dumoville works year-round. He also recently held training camps during the Christmas season. Wow. In cricket, the St. Lucia National Cricket Association Inter-District Division 1 two-day cricket tournament continued on Saturday, April 7th and Sunday, April 8th at the Mindofele Park, with South Castries coming up against Grosley. The team from the north of the island defeated South Castries by 56 runs. Grosley, batting first, were dismissed for 114 in 45.2 overs, with Captain Dalton Polius top scoring with 54. Bowling for South Castries, Colinus Calendar, he took 3 for 14 in 6 overs, and Dwight Thomas bagged the 3 for 21 in 8.2 overs. South Castries, in his reply, was dismissed for 113, just 1 run short of Grosley's first innings total. Colinus Calendar top scored with 39 not out. The main wicket taker for Grosley was Dalton Polius with 5 for 17 in 9 overs. Grosley, in their second innings, they made 183 all out in 51 overs. Jad Goodman top scored with 45. Bowling for South Castries, Dwight Thomas took 4 for 52 in 15 overs. Set a victory target of 185. South Castries was bowled out for 129 in 30 overs, with Dwight Thomas making 28. Keegan Patrick, he took a 3 for 19 in 4 overs. Well, Grosley, they won by 56 runs. Well, Cristiano Ronaldo scored in the 10th straight game for Real Madrid, but they were held to a derby draw by Atletico Madrid.
Бейл, подача в штрафную площадку. Криштиану Роналду. Гол! Первым же касанием направляет мяч в сетку Роналду. Реал выходит вперед на 53-й минуте. Подача Гаррета Бейла. Ловит мяч. Очень удобно Криштиану Роналду.
Tommy's the shot. Finds Griezmann instead. Griezmann to finish. Vitolo! And what a response from Atletico.
Brilliant.
It's Griezmann with the goal, and the smile finally appearing on his face as Griezmann celebrates the kind of celebration the Santiago Bernabeu is bound to hate. There aren't too many Atletico fans there. What a response from Atletico.
Well, the result keeps the second place Atletico 4 points above Real, but 11 points behind leaders Barcelona, who beat Leganes 3-1 on Saturday. 2 goals in the space of 97 seconds by Pogba spelled the defeat for title hopefuls Manchester City on the weekend.
Beat 6 years ago, and it's the same man here. History is going to perhaps repeat itself. Sterling, Gundogan, 2-0. Brilliant. This is Manchester City. This is why they're the best. They can hurt you from every player, from every angle. Sanchez. And Pogba, it's beautifully worked by Manchester United. They've got to go back. And that's what Pep Guardiola was fearing with those chances that were missed late in the first half.
Well, it's actually a great goal.
Pogba trying to get in again. He's in again. He scores again. What a comeback by Manchester United, driven by Paul Pogba.
Teammates.
But here we go. And it's Smalling! What a turnaround by Manchester United. Chris Smalling ran in.
Well, Pogba may have had the game of his Premier League career as his brace gave United sweet victory and delayed a planned victory rally for Manchester City. Well, shout out to Lou Prudent, Javi Cueto, and of course the Samuel family on this one. You're lucky. As sports, stay tuned for Sports Talk. Darren Sammy in the building. The DBS News continues after the break.